Hi there everybody, Ollie here, aka Secret Nimbus here, another episode of Magic Duels. So for today's episode we are back with the Sakdos Aristocrats deck. So this was quite a nice opening hand. I mean, we've got Dragon Fodder, we've got Traitorous Instinct, we've got one of our Aristocrats, so we're all good. We've even got a Languish in case we're facing any kind of aggro, which is pretty sweet. So probably going to start off with the Evolving Wilds here. That's quite nice. We've got a couple of Dragon Fodders on turns 2 and 3. And hopefully by turn 4 we'll have found a Blazing Hellhound to start pinching and sacking and all sorts of fun stuff like that. Okay, so we've got an Oath of Nissa to start off with. Apparently I called this like an Oath of Zendikar last week, which is a bit silly of me. I should have chosen a black mana there. I am a really silly boy. Yeah, because it's got the Languish in hand. I should have gone for a black sorcerer. I don't know why I went for red. What was I thinking? Like, I think Languish is one of the few double mana spells I have in the deck. Okay, that's interesting. So we've seen a... is it Bloodcursed Knight? It's basically the vampire which gets +1/+1 on lifelink if you control an enchantment. So basically Oath of Nissa. He does still need a white mana to play it though. So, you know, never know. We might be alright. Okay, so we have found ourselves a Goblin Arsonist. So next turn we will be playing out both Goblin Arsonist and Dragon Fodder, which is quite nice. Still waiting for that all-elusive 4th mana though. I'm guessing this is where he's going to play out the white mana, which will allow him to play out that Bloodcursed Knight. Yep, there we go. So we've got a Canopy Vista, so it comes in untapped. And he does have an Eily Eternal Pilgrim, which is a potentially tricky character, or potentially tricky card to deal with, although we do have the Traitorous Instinct and the Blazing Hellhound, so we might be alright. Okay, so we do have a Carrier Thrall as well, so do we go for Carrier Thrall or Dragon Fodder? I'm probably going to go for Carrier Thrall here in the Goblin Arsonist, I think. Yeah, so we won't be attacking, there's no point. Skip attack. And yeah, we've got to drop the Carrier Thrall and the Goblin Arsonist, and that will potentially give us a 4th mana as well, in the form of a Scion, that is. So we could potentially play out the Blazing Hellhound, ping some things, stuff like that. See how it goes though, we'll see what we find. So it would be nice if we just got the 4th mana so we could start using Blazing Hellhound. Okay, so he has played out the Bloodcursed Knight. So yeah, it does come down as a 4/3 with lifelink because he does have 2 enchantments. Come on, 4th mana, we need you now. Okay, we do have an Act of Treason, so I am really tempted to just pull Eily and then just swing with it. If we had the Blazing Hellhound that would be better, but we don't. I mean, I can kill that, he will get the lifelink, but I'm not going to bother with the Act of Treason quite yet. I'm going to just go drop another Dragon Fodder, I feel, at this point. You know, just swamp the board, maybe go wide at some point. So like I said, we need that 4th mana ideally to get Blazing Hellhound so we can actually, you know, steal one of his creatures and then destroy it later. Bonds of Mortality. Creatures you control... creatures your opponents control lose hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Very situational card. Like, all it really does is like a 2 mana draw card, whereas you may as well have... okay, here we go, we've got 4th mana now, which is good, so we can finally play out our Blazing Hellhound. We're just going to skip attack here, drop you. So yeah, we can now start Act of Treasoning. What's he got? Okay, so he is sacking Vessel of Nascency, so what have we got? We've got Deathcap Cultivator, Sorin, Rabid Bite, and Jelly Offshoot. What does he get to put in hand? You may put an artifact, creature, enchantment, land, or planeswalker card from among them into your hand. Okay, so we will get to potentially get Sorin there, I would assume. So yeah, he's gone for Sorin. Of course he has. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he's still 1 mana away from being able to play Sorin. And he has played out Nissa now. Okay, so what do we grab? What do we grab with the Act of Treason, for example? And we could grab Eily. I think it would probably be the best one as it is Death Touch. Okay, so that's cool. So we've actually got a 5th mana, so I can actually grab... yeah, should we grab Eily? Yeah, we'll grab you. We do have the Act of Treason next turn as well. We also got a Languish in case we need to reset the board at any point. Okay, so we are going to swing with Eily, and I think we're going to swing with pretty much everything else. We're just going to go wide here at this point. See what he does. So he's got a lot of damage coming his way. So that's taken 1 damage. That's taken 1 damage. So I'm tempted. I was going to say I would have pinged off Nissa there if he'd left that going through. So pause. There we go. Thank you for that. So we want to sacrifice you. Yep. And oh, hang on. To pause. So hang on. No, we need to do this first. So now we need to choose a creature to do 1 damage to, which would be him. And then yep, that's fine. And then we'll destroy you, and we ping 1 damage through to his face. So he's going to ping his Evolving Wilds, which means he will be able to play out Sorin next turn, I believe. So we could lose our Blazing Hellhound. And Nissa will flip. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yeah, he can definitely play out Sorin now. And I'm fairly sure Sorin is only a 6-mana creature. Only gets a mana from the Nissa +1/+1. So even if he plays out Sorin, I mean, we could still grab this with an Act of Treason. And this is implying that he's actually going to kill the Blazing Hellhound as well. If he plays out Sorin and doesn't kill the Blazing Hellhound, we can still see. Okay, so he's played out. He's grabbed Ulamwald Hydra. So is that what, Trample? No, it does have Trample and Reach. It does have Reach though. So I'm probably going to grab you. Yeah, I can still ping it. That's fine. I was just like, oh, can I still ping this? Yeah, I can. It's fine. So we're going to grab you and then swing. So yeah, we're going to Act of Treason you. Thank you very much. Comes down as a 6/6 for us, which is awesome. So do a swing with everything here. So we're going to swing at his face at this point. So how much damage are we going to do? So say for example he blocks that, we'll still push through 1. Say for example he doesn't block that, we'd still push through. Sorry, if he does block that, we are still pushing through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He might decide to block something else, but I don't see why he would. He's got to block the Ulamwald Hydra at this point, I feel. If not, I think he may have lost. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Not quite, but he will be pretty close. We'd actually be able to ping some of our creatures as well. So we can ping that and 2 of our creatures if we want to. Do have that option. So he's going to block the Carrier Thrall. Interesting choice. So we can then deal 1 damage to you. So yeah, the damage has already gone through, so we're just going to sacrifice you. And then that comes back as a token. And do we ping twice more? I mean, I can ping you as well. So we're going to sacrifice you. Oh, nope. Pause that. So we're going to deal 1 damage to you. Choose you to sacrifice and ping through 1 more damage. There we go. And then you die. Marvellous. So he's down at 5 now. So at this point, all we really need is like 1 more cheap creature. So he's found his second Eiley. We either need a steal spell or... I'm assuming he will... Okay, so he's not played out Sorin. Like, I would have thought he would have played out Sorin and killed my 1, like, guaranteed stapled on win con at this point. I mean, if we get, like, I don't know, any kind of steal spell, I almost feel as though he's, like, dead. Okay, so he has played out Eiley. Okay, so... more mana. So what do we do here then? I mean, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures I can ping. You sacrifice... Oh, you have to sacrifice... That's really annoying. You have to sacrifice another creature to... If not, I would have actually had enough... Like, I'm 1 creature short of being able to actually push through lethal here, which is very, very frustrating. I've just realised I should have... No, because he would have still had the lifelink creature, so I had to kill that, basically. I'm just wondering here, what do I do? Do I just push through all the damage? I think we'll just skip attack for now. We'll ping through all of this damage on his end step if this is still alive for any reason, or if he tries to kill it with Sorin, I'll just ping off all of these creatures anyway, just on the off chance that, for example, we get like a steal spell or some other way of pushing through that last little bit of damage. Okay, so he has replayed out Ulamvald Hydra. So at this point, all I really need is a steal spell or any kind of like any creature that I can just play and sacrifice to the Blazing Hellhound. He's got no lifelink, so we're just going to sacrifice. Oops, a daisy. We're going to ping one through to you. Do that. Deal 1 damage to you. Take that. 1 damage to you. Take that, and then finally. Boom. Okay, so, moment of truth. This is where we find out whether or not we actually get what we need. Okay, so, heart of the cards. What's he going to do? So... Oh, he's just sacrificed that, hasn't he? I'd forgotten about that. He could just sacrifice the Green Warden of Marassa. That's very annoying. So he gets 5 health back. And all we get is a mana anyway. So I feel at this point we're probably screwed. Yeah, because we just ran out. We've just flooded out basically. I feel as though we flooded out quite a bit. We needed more steel spells, or we needed something like... even, for example, getting something like a Rogue's Passage would have helped us. Because it would have allowed us to maybe push through with like Ulamvald Hydra earlier on, stuff like that. So he's played out Gideon, so he gets to generate a token. So yeah, unless I can, I don't know, grab the Ulamvald Hydra and sack it, I don't know. I don't think there's any way for me to win from this point. Like I said, I was just 1 creature short of being able to, yeah, and he's also got Sorin, so unfortunately we literally got 1 damage short there. Needed any kind of creature on that like last draw phase, I think, before, and I don't think we got that, did we? No, we just drew mana. So unfortunately, and then he's just going to Rabid Bite, so yeah, that's game over. Let's move on to game number 2. Okay guys, I think we're playing the AI for game number 2 as the rank 28 Gone Pride has just automatically disconnected, so I'm assuming that's probably just connection issues. I feel as though that's probably a waste, whereas this one looks much better. So we've got a Fleshbag, we've got Carrier Thrall, we've got Goblin Arsonist. Oh yeah, we're playing the AI, so it doesn't really matter what I'm doing here. So I don't know how many of you have seen, but the Eldritch Moon update is coming out next Wednesday. So I've just got one more deck tech with the current set of cards, which is probably going to be a red, white and blue control deck. Very nice. Nice to find one of our Aristocrats, the Bloodflow Connoisseur, which is pretty nice. So yeah, so that will be coming out next Wednesday. So next Wednesday I'll probably be looking to do a full unpacking, so unpack the entire set, see what's in there. We'll also be, what else are we going to be doing? Yeah, I'll also be running through the story mode, and then on Friday I'll be going through the first of my like brewing kind of decks. So for the first couple of weeks of the set, what I'll probably do every time is just kind of like brew, so I won't be running actual full-on deck techs. They'll just be kind of me like dicking around with the new cards and then seeing how some of the new synergies work and waiting for the meta to set it down a little bit. Okay, so this guy's just ramping up at this point. So we've got white, green, white and colourless mana, so we could be looking at some pretty funny Traitorous Instincts potentially in a couple of turns time. So we're just going to swing with both of these and then drop our Carrier Thrall and our Goblin Arsonist. So yeah, I'm hoping he drops something like Kozilek, or what's the other one? Ulamog would also be quite nice. Oh yeah, another bad thing about the Eldritch Moon release is because basically, what's the third Eldrazi Titan called? Emrakul. Because Emrakul is in the current set is such a pig. Like basically part of Emrakul is you get to take control of the other player, and basically what the programmers for the game have found is that they just can't code it well enough, which is unfortunate. It would have been nice if they could have somehow found a way to do it, but unfortunately it looks like a very complex card to actually just understand, let alone program. So I kind of understand why they've done it, but at the same time very, very annoyed that it's not going to be a part of the game. So we're going to have 2 of the Eldrazi Titans, but not the 3rd one, unfortunately. So yeah, it's another piece of bad news. Hopefully things such as the priority system is going to be fixed in time for Eldritch Moon as well. They have said that it is fixed, so we should be going back to the old system where even if you have an instant in hand, it's not going to start automatically skipping phases for you, which is just it's been ridiculous. I have actually lost games thanks to the priority system, so it's nice to know that it will be fixed for Eldritch Moon. So he has played out Oblivion Sir. So we have lost a couple of Acts of Treason and a Fleshbag Marauder, which is annoying, but so we're just going to Traitorous Instinct you, I think. And we're also going to sacrifice you and get rid of you. Just so we can swing unimpeded here. Okay, so we are swinging for, was it 2, 4, 5, 12. Yeah, we're just swinging for lethal there. Awesome. So that was, thanks for playing out the Oblivion Sower there. You allowed me to swing perfectly for lethal. So let's move on to game number 3. Okay guys, here we are for game number 3. We're playing it's like the rank 35 Unoculus or something like that. I will double check that. I kind of want to keep this, but at the same time, okay, we're going to have to keep this one, I feel. We can't mulligan down again. He's mulliganed down at least a couple of times. Doesn't help that he's running kind of like 64 cards, so, you know, 4 cards over the limit. Yeah, we're playing Uniclonus. That's who we're looking for. Okay, we've got an Act of Treason, got a couple of Acts of Treason and a Traitorous Instinct. So at this point, all we really want is mana. So we could either do with, yeah, we basically just need 2 more mana at this point, and I'll be completely happy for at least a while anyway. Okay, so we've got Sylvan Ranger. Sylvan Ranger is being rotated out as well. They're removing this for a creature. I can't remember what it's called. It's like some kind of it's called something guide or something like that. And when it comes down, it either gains +1/+1 or you put a land on top of your deck rather than just outright drawing it. So you're still kind of mana fixed, but it's a little bit slower. Okay, we found Kalitas, which is interesting. I think we're just going to skip attack for now. So at this point, all I really want is like more mana. Yeah, I'm still after more mana at this point. Mana? Nope, we've got another steel spell. So first game we mana flooded. This game we're now mana screwed, which is rather frustrating, as you know we've got a lot of very, very good cards here, and all we really need is just some more mana basically. So this guy is currently running 4 colours. And he's still not swinging, so yeah, I think as soon as we get a little bit more mana, there we go, so there's mana number 3, which is good, so at least we can consider playing out Fleshbag Marauder or an Act of Treason. So we're going to grab the second black source just to be on the safe side, just so we know that we can play out Kalitas in future. Oops, a daisy. So yeah, let's grab that second black source. So this goes up to 5 mana. If we get up to 4, I'm going to be feeling pretty happy. I'll take the 1 damage here for once. I'm guessing he's got some other blocker. No, he's got an Oath of Nissa, so let's see what he's got. He does have to reveal what he draws, doesn't he? Yeah, reveal a creature. So creature, land, or planeswalker. And he's found Nissa. Okay, interesting. So he's going to play out Nissa. So at this point, I would love to just find an Indulgent Aristocrat. Oh no, not Indulgent Aristocrat. What's it called? Indulgent something or other. Okay, Bloodflow Connoisseur. That's what I was after. Why was it an Indulgent Aristocrat? What am I on about? It's Bloodflow Connoisseur I'm after. Okay, we are in business now. We have Steel Spells. We have a Aristocrat. we're just going to swing at his face. Yeah, we'll swing at Nissa. See if he blocks it with the plant token, which he does, so that's good. Okay, yeah, we're in business now. We're in business, guys. We do have a press into service, which would be quite nice once we get up to that much mana. It will allow us to pump up multiple creatures, so we'll let this go through, I think. Yeah, we'll skip blocking. And then he's played out Kiora. Okay, interesting. So we're definitely playing some kind of what's what I'm looking for? Super Friends deck. So because he's got the Oath of Nissa, he can actually play out Kiora. And he's got Radiant Flames. Okay, so we're just going to sacrifice you and ping you. So how much did he cast that for? Does that push it out of range? I don't think so. I don't think it would. No, unfortunately. So we were about to get underway there, but unfortunately he has put us back a wee bit. 4th mana? Nope. Okay, this is getting a little bit problematic. The mana screw situation here. Okay, now we've got way too many cards. So what do I get rid of? I feel that Fleshbag Marauder is probably the least useful card here at the moment. So are we hoping for that 4th mana next turn to get either Blazing Hellhound or Kalitas down? He has really kind of like splurged his hand open here. So draw 3 cards and discard 2. So he will go back down to 2 cards. So we got rid of a Lifespring Druid and an Oath of Chandra. So let's see what he gets. So he's going to +1 Kiora, untap you. So we need something fast here. Like I said, we just need to get that 4th mana down. 4th mana, come on. Goblin Arsonist is not good. This was one of those games. You're just going to sit here and wait for that 4th mana to show up at this point. He gets to scry too, doesn't he? Yeah. Which is nice for him. I'm just here, sat here on 3 mana, waiting for a 4th mana to get out my good cards. Oh, and he's found Chandra as well, so even more fantastic. I'm just basically dead at this point. Yeah, I'm just completely and utterly screwed at this point, I feel. And he's just pumped them all up as well, even better. So yeah, I don't feel as though I can win this. We're just going to be taking a lot of damage from now on. Point it at Nissa, why not? I mean, I could have killed one of these actually. That would probably have been better. Because these will only be temporary. These get exiled, so we've just not found any. Like, we've just been really, really unlucky on the mana draw here. Oh, finally! Where have you been all my life? I think we're going to. What do we do here? Could Languish just to get rid of these, I suppose, or do we Kalitas? Yeah, solid this Kalitas. Can always block these for some lifelink. Play out the Blazing Hellhound next turn. I mean, he could just -4 Chandra, to be fair, just to get rid of Kalitas. With 4 Planeswalkers here, I just feel as though I'm just like fighting a losing battle. And he's got Sorin as well, so yeah, we're pretty much screwed at this point. Like 4 Planeswalkers down is just ridiculous. So yeah, I think we've probably lost here at this point. Yeah, we've definitely lost. So especially if he puts a +1/+1 counter on all of these again. What's that? That's 8. Yeah, we're dead. So that's annoying. Never mind. So yeah, that's probably going to be the end of the episode for now. So look out for Friday for the new deck tech. Like I said, it's going to be a red, white and blue control, especially as I've wanted to play with Reflector Mage this entire time and not put it in a deck yet, so that's going in for definite. But yeah, as always guys, don't forget to comment and like if you enjoyed the episode, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye.